Everyone, today I'm just going to do a video. It is now 12 months on since we've had the Massey Ferguson 5S135. I'm just going to talk about it a little bit, tell you good points, bad points, and what we thought of it the last year. So there it is, and it's all been cleaned off after the drilling and ploughing, so it was clean, so I thought now was a good time to do it. And I mentioned in a previous video that we've had a bit of an issue with the loader. That has now been resolved, and the loader, what they did was, I noticed that in this joint here there's a little bit of movement from side to side, but not the other side. And so Quickie came and had a look at it and decided that they would change the bearing box, which was this. They call that the bearing box. They did that and it still didn't make any difference, and that was quite a few months ago. And then they were going to do some other changes, but in the meantime we decided and were offered a deal, and I sort of wanted a bit bigger loader, so that's what we've done. So the loader that we had was a 3823, which was a Quickie Q4M, and what we have since decided to do, like I say, they did us a deal on it, and we have changed the loader, and now it's a Quickie Q5M, but obviously in Massey Ferguson colours, and that is an FL4121, so it's 4.1 metres and 2.1 tonnes, so it's quite noticeably bigger on the tractor, and lifts quite a bit higher as well than the other one. The other one was 3.8 metres and 2.3 tonnes. This one doesn't lift quite as much, but then that doesn't really matter to us. It's more about the sort of lift height for sort of stacking bales and stuff like that makes quite a difference. So that's what we've decided to do. I'll put a little video in here of what the old loader was doing, and you can see why I sort of didn't think it was quite right. But however, this loader does it as well, but obviously not nearly as bad. But there is still some movement on one side of the boom, and I don't know why that is, but shouldn't be in my opinion. So I'd be interested to know if anybody else has got loaders like this and can have a look at theirs and just see if they move as well on the joints like this one does, so, or like the other one did. So anyway, right, let's talk about the tractor. So has it been a good tractor the last 12 months? Well, it has been good. We've been very pleased with it, and it's not had any major problems. It's a job to sort of think back, really. These couplings, there's couplings in here and they leak. There's one there leaking now, you can sort of see oil around it. They replaced that one, that end, and that it's got a bit of oil around it now, but that one's the one that's leaking, so they're going to replace that. But so I just have to keep an eye on those, because they do leak a little bit for some reason. I don't know why, but it's nothing major. Yeah, there's outside as well. When we had it, one of the spool valves was sticking, so they had to replace the whole plunger, I think. So they did that. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, that part there they replaced inside because it was just sticking inside, and so that was that. Yeah, nothing else has gone wrong with it. It's got 1 year standard warranty, and we are just trying to decide now whether we should extend the warranty a further 1 year. As long as the tractor has got warranty, you can add warranty to it. So we're thinking initially we'll add a year to it and see what happens. It's job to know what to do really. It's sort of an insurance policy, isn't it? But sort of scared not to do it, just in case like you hear such things about the cost of repairs on tractors, and it's a risk, isn't it, like not to have it. So I think that's what we're going to do. So the tractor has done 780 hours in a year, so it's not a massive amount, but it's quite a bit. And like I say, I've been very pleased with it. There is a bit of a issue that is sort of ongoing at the moment. Well, it's been ongoing for ages and we haven't done anything about it yet. But up here, which is in the back corner, if you sat in the seat on the left hand side, and occasionally when the aircon's on full, you get some drips come down from up there, and I'm not sure where they come from or what they come from. The only thing that's up there is air conditioning. So I've got to get onto them and get somebody to come out and take a look at that. They've known about it for months, but they did have somebody lined up, but he contacted me and never actually turned up. So I'll see if they can get somebody. This was not actually the Massey dealer. This was a third party that was sort of an air conditioning specialist. So I'll see if they can get somebody different, because that person obviously not too interested. But and it would leave some drips here. I got a photograph of that, so I'll stick that in the video. But yeah, otherwise the tractor has been very good. Nothing too major wrong with it, just silly things that you sort of expect from a tractor, from a new tractor really, just teething problems. But it had its 600 hour service, or it had a 50 hour service, 600 hour service. So so it's sort of a third of the way to its next service. So there's nothing I don't really like about it. It's quiet in the cab, and it's the same cab we've had on the last sort of 3 tractors, so we sort of knew that anyway. The last tractor, the one that didn't stay very long, that one had a Visio roof, and so is this one. But these are the first 2 tractors we've had with that, and quite like it. The only thing different on the one without the Visio roof, you get extra work lights, which is a good thing. But this tractor has got LEDs, and they're brilliant, really, and it's quite a bit more money extra, but well worth it for the extra light. And what else this tractor got that the other one didn't? Cab suspension. That is, it makes a hell of a difference. And also slightly wider tyres. It makes the ride better, and it's much smoother. Like I say, cab suspension as well. That's good. And the main upgrade on this tractor compared to the other one, and I've talked about it before, is the electric loader joystick, and that is brilliant. I think very sensitive. If you're not used to it, it is very sensitive, but once you get used to it, it's absolutely brilliant. And it's just like there, that's like there, you can use it, and it's just easy to use. And like the fatigue of using it all day, which I know it's not major, and we sort of don't know how lucky we are, because we used to use the 165 to do all the loading with a flat 8 on it and everything like that, and clean out all the dung. And before that was a 135, so anything better than that is an improvement. But this is just sort of like moved on a lot, so, and it's just really nice to have. So and there's the proportional switch there for opening your third service and closing it. The function button, I've talked about that before. Sort of, I've generally got 4-wheel drive programmed into that one, but you can have an engine preset. You can lift the rear linkage up and down on it. Diff lock, I think. What else? I think those are the main things. And so up and down the gears, forward and reverse. To get forward and reverse to work, you got like a switch there, so you got to hold that switch in, and then you can move forward and reverse, which I use a lot, and probably in the videos where I've been loading you hear a beep, and that's to tell you it's in forward or reverse. So it comes across louder generally on the mic, and you get used to it. You don't even take any notice of it in the end. Yeah, so 3 spool valves. We've not had 3 spool valves on a tractor before, but yeah, otherwise not much difference. Spec wise, other tractors, higher spec models have got an armrest with all of the gear change T lever on the joystick, with all these controls for the linkage on the armrest, but that's another step up again. But this is certainly a good spec level compared to previous tractors we've had, and like I say, it's nice to use. We do like Massey Ferguson's. All the tractors we've got here are Massey Ferguson, so we are quite keen on that. I've mentioned in another video, I was quite keen to try a John Deere. Yeah, whether you ever will or not, I don't know. But this tractor hopefully will be staying. We can't afford to change it now for a few years, so this tractor will stay till it's probably 5 years old. So we'll just see how things are going then. You know, massive changes at the moment with farming. The budget as well, everyone's talking about that at the moment. I don't think that'll affect us too badly. It's a rented farm, so we don't own it anyway. And yeah, so just the changes. BPS now is much reduced. Mid-tier stewardship is an option. The ELM scheme, which is environmental land management, and sustainable farming incentives. So those are options to claim money to replace the basic payment, but you know, we're not going to be able to completely replace the basic payment scheme. So that's a massive amount of, or I'll say a massive amount, it's a good chunk of money off our bottom line. So, and it's the same for everybody. So that's why we upgraded this tractor at the time. And because in 5 years' time, if we can't afford to replace it, it should still be good and go on for a long time. I hope that we will be able to change it and keep it upgraded and do that, because that's sort of what we've done the last sort of 15-20 years, is keep, like, the other tractors are older, but this one does the bulk of the work, so we keep it up to date. So I'd like to think that if things go on alright, we'll be able to change it again, but if not, this one should run on alright and last a long time. So but yeah, is it a good tractor? Yes, it's a very good tractor. Hopefully it will continue to be as reliable as it has been in the last 12 months. And yes, I definitely would buy another one, I think, because, you know, it's a good tractor. I like it. It's nice to drive. It's quiet, and I think probably it's best loader tractor on the market. That's just my opinion. You know, we've got a Massey Ferguson, so you'll probably say, yeah, he's bound to say that. But for visibility and everything, it's pretty hard to beat, I think. And just, you know, just the shuttle controls, I don't really use that for loader work, but as I say, I use everything on here. So but yeah, I think it's hard to beat. And yeah, it's been a really good tractor, and we are very pleased with it. Right, so there it is. Sort of explained a little bit about the loader and what we've just done with that, and I'm quite pleased with the loader. And like I say, I wanted a bit bigger loader anyway. We didn't have the choice at the time. That's part of the problem. You know, when we bought the tractor, the only reason this tractor came here initially was because ours had broken down, and at the time they didn't really know what was wrong with it, and they had it down there at the depot, and we had this one while ours was in. What the issue with that at the time was that it was overheating the oil in the back end, and nobody knew why it was doing it. Agco didn't know why. They changed lots of things on it. I do know of another one, a 5S125, that's done the same, so we were a little bit concerned about that this one might do the same, and so far it hasn't, and it's up to the hours now that the old one was on when it was doing it. So yeah, so that's partly another reason why we might take out some extra warranty. just to make sure. But yeah, so this tractor hasn't done it. So yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying. This tractor, we didn't choose this tractor. It was going to be their demonstrator, and it had only been out once to demonstrate. It done 17 hours when it came here, and it never went away. So it had a loader on it, which was the loader we had. If I'd spec'd the tractor from new, I wouldn't have had that loader. I would have had this loader anyway, because I thought the other one was a little bit too small for it, and wanted the extra reach and lift height. So that was another reason for doing it. And like I say, because of the issue we had with it, they did us a good deal on this loader, so that sort of solved the problem for us and them. And they've just taken that loader back into stock with the alterations that Quickie are going to make to it, and they'll just, yeah, they've got a good loader to sell. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And just wanted to, one or two have asked for me to do a review of it, and just thought, like I say, it was a good opportunity because it was clean, and to explain about the loader as well. So there it is again, and thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.